Shit, I'm a hustler. By all means necessary, I'm gonna go get it. On my own though. Don't expect nobody to do anything. They don't owe you shit. Get up off your ass and go get it. Plane, charter, bus, whatever the fuck you gotta do. It's easy. Work. Cry, complain all the time. Just go get it. It's easy. Should've walked in the park.
Yo, it's your boy, Big Mouth of the South, man. Let the people know we rocking with.
Korega, man, live from Philly. And we about to tap in and get busy, man.
Hey, look, man, we all the way in Nightdale, North Carolina, man. How Philly end up in the motherfucking building?
Shit, man, just working. We all over the place, man. Anything open to work, man. Interviews, anything. We coming. I don't care where you at.
Yeah. So, what your name mean?
Korega. Korega, the name came from, my other cousin. When we was running out in the streets before we went to jail, we hustling. So I was on the run, like, my whole time when we was out running. So he gave me that name, like, Cor on the run eating. Like, we was ripping them. So he like, bro, we was in Vegas, LA, like, fight nights and, Mayweather fights. We was all over the world, but I was on the run the whole time. I had a probation violation. P.O. tried to tell me to turn myself in about some bullshit. I told him, fuck out of there, kept it pushing. Too much money was all here invested in the party and all that shit. So I'm like, fuck it. But that's how I got that name, being on the run and getting some money.
Yeah, so Korega, I said it right?
Absolutely.
So that wasn't just like a rap name that you was given. This is real,
that
you know what I'm saying?
Before rap. I just started this rap shit, like coming home from jail, like trying to figure out another way for me to be able to generate the same kind of paper that I was generating, hustling, selling drugs, or what we was doing out there. And I only could think of was rap that could be fast. So the name came, it was just easy. Everything just fell into place because I earned my name. This wasn't no name like I'm gonna be a rapper tomorrow and my name Cor, I'm Korega. Like, no, that shit was earned for real.
Yeah. So you ain't one of these rappers out here that just be capping, just doing all that talking. Like, you really kind of the man.
My music, people that know me back home and people that don't know me, y'all gonna get to know me as much as possible. But Philadelphia, no, I ain't the toughest nigga in the world, but I'm in between. You see what I'm saying? But my stories are 100% facts, down from word for word, bar for bar, the things that I discuss and talk about in my music.
Yeah. You said you been locked up before. Have you just been locked up once, or you kind of, been in and out of jail?
Throughout the life, skip the edge, you get locked up in drug cases. Nothing really too serious until, this time. I always had, like, get caught in house raids, crack spots. We, like, just doing little shit when you regular hustling. Stopped in the car, getting chased by the law, fleeing and looting. All types of shit like that. So it was more like, this was the kicker though. So this was the eye opener, like, really for me, in all honesty, like, to be like, damn, this might be, ain't no comeback off this joint, because it was looking crazy.
Yeah. What happened though? Like, go ahead and tell us what happened.
Basically, like, a situation, fucking with girls. So, you being around, you fucking with girls and you being in the neighborhood, and maybe a nigga was having a bad day. That's like,
come on, hold on, man. Come on, man. Tell me this ain't one of those stories about, dudes arguing over women. Is this one of those stories where dudes arguing over women?
I'm from one side of the world. I don't do too arguing. Like, I don't know arguing. I only argue with my family, man.
Women dangerous though, man.
Yeah, that's why. And that token is the way that you got to carry it, but it wasn't even a girl. That's the crazy part.
Whoa.
That's how crazy it was. Like, it just was like more of prior situations, like, having words, and niggas having shit. You know how that shit be. I ride around cocaine white 650.
Yeah.
Glass roof. Niggas pop. I guess my nigga, we ride 63, CLS 63, M6s, carbon fiber roofs, mirrors on shit. We 6-car fleets and shit like that in Philadelphia, burning them down. So, of course, there's a lot of people that feel some type of way. I guess he was some of the suckers that tried it, and it just ain't work out in their favor.
So, if you don't mind us asking, like, what was the actual charges you was hit with, though?
3 attempted murders, reckless endangerment, all this shit. Fucking boatload of fucking charges. We set like 3.5 years, me and my rapper, my cousin. We set for that shit and worked it out. Shout out to Anthony Patron and Gary Silver, and they did their thing, did the paperwork, and shit came out to be, and we out here now.
Yeah.
Turned out in our favor.
I know a lot of people probably thought that you wasn't coming home, being that you sat for 3 years for some serious charges like that.
It's like I was saying, like, with people, man, it's the way you carry motherfuckers. And me, I'm going in there already knowing, like, since young, I was always, like, kind of schooled to uncles that was in the penitentiary, like, yo, you know when you come to jail, you don't got no girl. Like, you see what I'm saying? You can have a wife. Like, in your mind, you lock that shit always in there, like, it ain't there. So I was always coming through the jails from the gate before I even got there in the district. Once the cuffs get on me, it's no girl no more. Like, you see what I'm saying? I get in this mode. So that's just what it was. And it's like, you know, you go to jail, you run in the streets, you got a girl. I had 2 girls and bitches, side bitches, and you just running around and doing shit. So it just be like, you just running around doing shit, you get to jail, 20 turn into 10, 15 turn into 10, 10 turn into 5. You see what I'm saying? 3 was just people that I had long-term relationships with that been around me since we was kids. So it's like, yeah, that's how that shit just planned out. You know how motherfuckers be.
Yeah. Was it hard to get through though, being that you sat for 3 years though? Was that hard to get through?
Not really. Like, maybe because...
Did 3 years feel like 3 years, or it felt like it was longer than that?
On the outside to them, they saying it was going fast. But you know, I'm in there, I got to deal with these nut-ass CEOs. They talking to me like I'm a peasant. You see what I'm saying? Bum-ass niggas in there, bum-ass bitches in there. So I'm dealing with a whole bunch of shit at the same time. But for the most part, I was just rolling with the punches. A couple niggas from around my block was in there, and we was just in that bitch mobbing. Yeah. So I'm saying, it just rocked out. I ain't had no choice. It wasn't nothing to complain and bitch about because it's my situation. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I just handled how I was supposed to handle it. Yeah. Kicked my feet up and made it work.
What type of advice could you give somebody that never been to jail before?
That ain't the place to go. When you want a motherfucker telling you when you can wipe your ass, you gotta call them to get toilet paper so you can wipe your ass. You gotta tell them, you gotta talk to them through an intercom so they can buzz the door. They gotta buzz you for your visit. They gotta buzz you for a shower. You can't fuck no bitches. It's possible. You gotta be the man and got some money. Anything's possible in the world, but you can't do none of the things that a person would like to do, like right out here or we out here right now. It's just like we out here, but it's like you can't.
When you went in there, did you have to gain your respect, you know what I'm saying? Or
no,
you kind of went on some other just chill?
Every jail is different. And where we come from Philly, and I'm from South Philly, I'm from 24th Street to be exact, in the park. So when you got a name, I came off the streets with a name. So I got a name, you know, we getting some money, I'm running around fucking bitches, and we was pushing the pen at one point in time. So it just was like, for the most part, it's like, you coming through the jail, the COs are girls that I'm partying with. So they know me. The nigga COs are people that know us. So it's like, when you know a person, they coming through the jail, they can't be how they really want to be out in the streets and be Joe and but they like, damn, they sliding food and, you know, they paying their respect in them in the best way possible that they can do it in.
Yeah. How was your support system, though, while you was locked up? Was there anybody that you felt like was going to hold you down that kind of, you know what I'm saying, left you out to dry, or everybody kind of stayed loyal to you?
I ain't going to lie, for the most part. Like, no, 100%. The people that I knew that was going to be there, like, everybody did what they were supposed to do as family. Like, you see what I'm saying? Everybody else, you know, they girls that you run into in the streets. They niggas, they associates. They not family members, you see what I'm saying? So it was like, when they did it, it wasn't nothing. It just ain't no turnaround. You can't bust no U's this time.
Yeah.
No hard feelings?
Yeah. Was there anybody that kind of like gained your respect though, that you were like, oh yeah, they kind of, I ain't know they was gonna hold me down like that?
Shit, yeah. Like, 1, 2, like 3 motherfuckers. I didn't really have reports with them, really like out in the world like that. Like just meeting them, just getting to chop it up with them. I didn't really have no really reports for them. For them to be around the whole 3.5 years, they mean a lot to me. Like to this day, like one of them is my PR. So they mean a lot to me. Like, she actually handled a lot of shit for me. Like, it's nothing like sexual shit or none of that. It's just like straight love. Yeah. So it was like 2, 3 people that surprised me. Like, damn, they ruled the whole bit. Like visitations. Like even when they did crazy shit, like got out of state IDs. Like they come, you know, when you get an out of state ID, we get 2 visits a week, half an hour or just 1 for an hour. But when you get an out of state ID, you can come twice a month for 2-hour visits. So I was getting regular visits and out-of-state visits. So it was some people like, and one of them wasn't from here. Like, so that really surprised me. Like, to come for that whole ride, like 3.5 years straight, all the way from like Los Angeles, coming, that meant a lot to me. Yeah. Los Angeles and my people, she was living in Delaware, like that shit was a lot. Like people actually performed way better than I thought they would.
Before we get off the jail topic, you know what I'm saying, move past that, because I know you passed that, what was like the craziest story that happened to you while you was in there? Don't tell me it was dry the whole time, man.
It was live. Jail is live to where niggas, but I'm more like I ain't the follow the pack boy. Like, I ain't trying to just take niggas' food, and it'd be a lot of shit going on. Niggas taking your shit. You a sucker. You got a bag.
You ain't never get your shit took. And don't play with you like that.
It's impossible. I probably wouldn't be here talking to you.
Yeah.
I ain't never get nothing took from me before.
Did anybody even try though?
Jail in Philadelphia politics. So niggas try. You gonna run into ops in the jail. It just didn't happen at that stage. Times before I done went to jail and ran into motherfuckers and it went down.
Yeah, so when somebody like try to take your food or whatever, y'all just automatically start fighting, or what's the scenario?
It depends. Nigga might clean you. Nigga might knock you out. Like commissary out on the block.
So you seen plenty of people getting knocked out?
Fuck yeah. Man, that shit be fixed in there. If the cards ain't in your favor, you fuck.
Yeah.
Like literally, like if you ain't one of them people that can call a play or, figure something out, like you're done.
Is Philly jails more like, gang banging culture or neighborhoods
Philly,
like,
in there? We don't got gangs, like we don't got Bloods and Crips, like we don't have that type of stuff in Philly. Like they think is allegedly they mark us down as corners, like you from this corner, like I'm from 24th Street, so they mark that shit down as like this. Oh, this a gang. This is this. This is that. This is that. So it's not. We don't have that there.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move past that though. So the music though. Matter of fact, before we get to the music, what was the first thing you did though when you got out?
Shit. Like I ain't want to do nothing. I'm gonna keep it real. I wanted to get busy from the gate. And where we from, get busy mean get some money. Yeah. I didn't want no clothes. I didn't want no sneaks. I didn't want to go to no malls. I didn't want to go to parties, clubs, none of that. My whole intention was like, damn, start the process. Like nobody knew what the process was for me. I had this plan out the whole time. Like I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna present the rap stuff. Everybody know I can do it. But
so when you came out, you already knew you was gonna be on your rap.
Yeah, I was doing it. I wrote all these songs in jail.
Did the songs come out the way you wrote them though?
Absolutely. I wrote them.
Cause writing sometimes and recording it could be different.
See, but like with me, I wrote them as letters. They was letters that I was actually writing people.
Yeah.
Like telling them, expressing my feelings. Like I got a song on 30 Days, 30 Nights. It's called Just Us Two. It was named after the person at the point in time. It was a friend of mine, and she was just going through a lot. Like and she used to me being there just as a friend. Like to call or pull up on me and give her some advice. So me not being there, it was like kind of killing her. And it go like similar like you got the brains and the looks. I hope you use them, baby, on all positive things, or you'll lose them. Stay away from them clubs and all them losers. Shorty, that life will swallow you whole and leave you useless. So stay focused on school and keep it moving. You got a future ahead of you. Don't be stupid. So it was like I was writing her that in a letter. That was like one of the first raps I wrote, but it was a letter, and something was like double writed. So I copied it, and I just kept doing it and kept doing it. So I used to stand in there with my celly. And he's like, you always on the gate talking shit, talking about this nigga can't rap. Let me see, you can't do that shit. So it actually started from Camp Hill, which is a state penitentiary, a process that you go through when you in Philly and you get locked up and you going upstate. So I was there with my celly. This shit is 90-something, 100-something degrees outside. We in a cell, no air, sweating, bars on the windows. Like, he like, I bet you 3 packs of kite. You can't write 2 raps. I'm gonna give you 4 days. I wrote 8 in 1 day. It just blew his mind. He like, oh, what the fuck? Then when I was saying it to him, he like, yo, you challenge to this shit. Why you don't? Like, man, I don't got time for that shit, nigga. And I didn't want to spoil it for myself. Like I ain't want nobody to think that's what I was gonna do. Then they tell everybody and they mess it up, and then it probably don't go right. So I just kept it to myself.
Yeah, just judging from off the rap that you just spit. Would you say a lot of your raps have a lot of messages to them?
Every rap of mine is a message.
Yeah.
I don't glorify the things that I did once upon a time. Like, I just look at them like, everybody go through a phase through life, whether it's family problems, whether it's financially, that make people do the things. People don't do things for no apparent reason. It's a reason behind everything that people do us as human beings that we do. So my reason was more like, I always wanted my own. Growing up in the footsteps of my dad and my uncles and stuff like that, having names and being people in the city of Philadelphia and being like, what you call them guys. So I had big shoes to fill at a young age that I thought, like you see what I'm saying, in my head. So I was just running with that shit, trying to figure it out.
With everything that you know now, though, is there anything that you wish you could have did different, though, or any decisions that you would have made different?
Absolutely not. I don't live with no regrets. Everything happened for a reason. Like, it was meant for me to make it work. And that's how I go.
Yeah. So now you going crazy with the music, you know what I'm saying? You moving around, you know what I'm saying? You from Philly up and down the East Coast, North Carolina, Atlanta, Charlotte, whatever. Like what's been some of the trials and tribulations with the music? Has everything been smooth or you feel like this shit too
man,
easy?
We like 80 bar. I was like 80-something thousand in this shit all together.
Already?
Fuck yeah, for this last year. Like we not knowing, we flights, and I don't stay at bullshit hotels. So motherfuckers that know me, like I dimmer it down for a person that if it was a whole bunch of us and everybody don't got it, because I'm a team player. I'ma pass the rock, you pass the rock, I'm gonna pass it back. So meaning that when it's just me and my manager or it's me Dolo, I'm at the SLS when we in LA. You see what I'm saying? Stamp facts is on. You probably can call there and then run the tab and they'll tell you, yeah, he's stay at multiple times. I'm at top of the line. I'm at the W when I'm in Atlanta. I'm at all top of the line stuff. So it'd be like,
So look,
that was the trial and tribulation money.
So for the people that's never heard your music before, though, you know what I'm saying, you would tell them to go listen to one song. Like, what would that one song of yours be? For the first time.
Depending on the person it is. If it's a person that's really not into street music and people like, a lot of cursing, I would tell them to listen to A Lot of Weight. That's the bonus track on 30 Days and 30 Nights.
And where can they find that at?
Every platform. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Music, iTunes, is all over. It's on every major platform.
Even so, with the music that you got now, how many tapes would you say you got out, or how many songs?
This was my first one, so like we did this first EP. It got 9 songs on there. It got 8 songs in the bonus track, so it's 9. Then I got the EP coming out now. Is the new one that we working on. It's called Four Corners.
How long have you been pushing your last tape though?
Since that came out in a couple months now. How long? 30 days and 30 nights been out since? Yeah, like around that time.
I see a lot of time in today's time. I see artists, they be pushing a tape for like a week or two, and then they kind of stop. Has it been kind of difficult to be pushing that tape? You know what I'm saying? For as long as you've been doing.
Like, as of right now, it's crazy. 30 Days and 30 Nights had like 12,000 streams.
Yeah.
Like that's from the muscle. That's us. I ain't never been on no World Star Hip Hop. I ain't never been on the Say Cheese. We got stuff from back home like Say Cheese. We got Philly Scoop Hall, Philly Fame. I ain't never been on none of that shit. Not saying that I don't want to. That's the next aim. But I wanted to start from this, from the mud. I wanted to come from this shit. Like this is where I come from. So I never had nobody ever giving us no helping hand. So I ain't gonna start now, and I ain't looking for one. Like if somebody do it, I appreciate it highly. But for the most part, we just grinding. We started from the bottom. We wasn't looking for no handouts. That's why we jumped on the road.
What can your fans expect next from you though? Like what you got lined up?
Project coming out. It's called Four Corners Red Line. The red line part of Four Corners is basically for a friend of mine that just passed, Jack. Well, I always call him JB, but Jack was a friend of mine. He just passed. He from Florida. He was stationed out in Los Angeles. So he was like actually the director and the producer that we was working with for like this last couple weeks. And he passed June 8th, like a couple days ago. His funeral was actually tomorrow, so that was like what we was working on at Four Corners.
And what was the process though of you, working on that? Like what was your mind at mentally?
Mentally, it's like, to me, every song of mine get better. Like when I listen to 30 Days and 30 Nights, like every time I made a song, it just got better and better and better and better. It was never to a point in time like with 30 Days and 30 Nights where something started dimming and it was dimmer and down, like where it was changing or anything like that.
Yeah. For the people, that don't know who you are though, like what's one thing that you would tell them about yourself?
Shit, I'm a hustler. By all means necessary, I'm gonna go get it. On my own though. Don't expect nobody to do anything. They don't owe you shit. Get up off your ass and go get it. Plane, charter, bus, whatever the fuck you gotta do. It's easy. Work. Cry, complain all the time. Just go get it. It's easy. Shit a walk in the park. For the most part, man, tuning in with this music shit. I got some shit coming your way. Four Corners, Red Line. I explained to y'all what the Red Line part is, and that's for my boy. Like, he was like doing a lot for us, like far as those with the music, and he believed in us. Like a person that met me on tour since hip hop since 1987. I was doing that tour a couple months back, and he met us in Kentucky. And he was following me around like the whole tour, every state we went through, and didn't know me. Like, and for him to just be like always like pushing and pushing and pushing all the way from 3,000 miles away, that meant a lot. So he meant a lot to me. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's one of my reasons for like really, really pushing now. Like, I was already pushing, but that shit like put an extra oof on it. But expect that. 10 tracks, hopefully 5 videos that we pushing for. But it got some stuff in it. One of the singles is out now. It's called Four Corners. It's out on every platform. With the number 4, Corners. No apostrophe, none of that. Just together like that. It should come right up. Korega, Korega. On Instagram, Korega4. On Twitter, Korega24. And on Facebook, it's just Core. I'm trying to get in tune with Facebook. I ain't really too much in tune in that yet, but I'm getting in tune with that.
All the songs, all the jails and all that too.
Yeah, and I'm trying to upload. Like right now, I'm in the process. I got a lot of homies in the federal penitentiary. Shout out Dog Man, Nabino. You see what I'm saying, bro? You already know. So my guys in the feds, my bros, a couple of homies upstate, Dex. You see what I'm saying, Lil Reef. My boy Mean in the feds. There's a lot of them. I got shot, you know, all my guys, but they be on my ass about putting the music. So I've been trying to figure that out, like how to get it on so the jails can listen to it. Because they never really get to hear it. They get to hear it over the phone with people. But I'm just working, man, busting my ass, and we on that. So be prepared and look out for this shit that's about to come. And the next month, like 30 days, hopefully how everything working out. Like we had a little bit step back because we was supposed to do it the 24th. Due to the passing of a friend of mine, so you know he had a lot of videos of ours, like stuff that we was doing together. So we gonna figure that out, and hopefully everything will be done by 30 days. The songs are done. It's not the songs. I just want visuals for my stuff now. Before I didn't really know about like what to do. I just had the money, so we just was giving people money. Like, oh, I want such and such for a feature. They holding the song for 2-3 months and all that, never doing a feature. Like we getting money returned, so it was a whole lot of that going on. That's where the money, losing money, helping people out, regular street shit. But that's for the most part, we on one. So that's what y'all expect. It's coming. 4 Corners, real line. Be prepared. Strap up. Put them glasses on. I'm coming.